Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast. Podcast.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Episode 182, Round 8, Detroit. We are breaking it down this episode. I'm Adam, here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
We're breaking down the 450 this episode, as we already break it down. We already broke down the 250s in our last episode. And what a race, man. Austin Forkner definitely dominating that class. But if you want to hear all about it, make sure you guys tuned in to our episode 181, where we recap the 250. But we're going to recap the 450 on this one. And unfortunately, we have to start with bad news.
Uh-oh. Yes, we do.
Yeah, Vince Friese out for the rest of the season on that Bullfrog Honda Spa, whatever the name of the team is. He is out. He's out for the season, and very unfortunate because we were actually talking about him and how great he was doing.
He posted on his Instagram saying, "Bummed to say I won't be racing. I tore my ACL in a small crash during qualifying in Dallas last week. Getting it fixed on Tuesday, and I'll be back and better than before in no time." So, no more Vince Friese. Looks like that Smart Top team is going to have just a open, a vacancy right there. Or will they?
But they won't.
That's right. Team owner Tony Alessi calling in his son Mike Alessi to come back and, race some Supercross for the first time in a while.
Yeah, in a while. Yeah, so he will be filling in for Vince Friese for the next 4 races. And as we know, he just signed a deal with a Canadian team. He's going to be doing the Triple Crown over there. He will be back over here in the States for the next 4 races. And I'm kind of excited to see the whole shot effect that Mike Alessi has.
Yeah, that's right. So it's kind of exciting. It sucks for Vince Friese, but it is kind of exciting at the same time that we'll get to see, Mike Alessi back on the gate with everybody. So that's pretty cool. One other bad thing that we got to talk about too is in this qualifying, Cole Seeley took a rock to the chest and really screwed up his night. Just unfortunate. I don't know if he's wearing a chest protector or not, but I want to rethink that.
Well, yeah, I think he will after that.
Yeah, and Cole Seeley said on his Instagram, "Bummed I won't be lining up tonight. I had a practice incident and hurt my sternum in the first qualifier. Tried to ride the final session, but the pain was too much to hold on. I was feeling so fast tonight, too. Good luck to my Honda Power Sports teammates. Be back soon." And he's right. He was looking good. He was even though he went out fairly early in that first practice is when he suffered that rock injury, but he was 6th fastest time. Yeah. So he had that going for him the whole time, too. So Eli Tomac had the fastest time. Dean Wilson had the 2nd fastest time. He was pretty much just as fast as Tomac. Justin Brayton, who you said was going to do good, 3rd fastest time. Joey Savacci, Ken Roxon.
Who I also said was going to do good.
Seeley, we said 6th. Marvin Musquin was 7th fastest time. Justin Barsha, 8th. Cooper Webb, the 9th fastest time in this qualifying. So not a great start to the night for him. He said he struggled with some bike issues and stuff, and they kept changing settings and everything and never didn't have it really right until later on in the night. But yeah, so like we said in our last episode, the top 18 from this qualifying go into the main. Everyone else goes to the LCQ. So we had Justin Hill 10th, Aaron Plessinger 11th, Blake Baggett 12th, fastest time. Zach Osborne 13th, Chad Reed 14th, Tyler Bowers 15th, Ben LeMay 16th, Chris Blow 17th, Justin Bogle 18th, Kyle Chisholm, Alex Ray, AJ Catanzaro, Carlin Gardner, Entic Knapp, Cole Martinez, Ryan Brees, Ronnie Stewart, all of them going to the LCQ, which was pretty good.
Yeah. This LCQ was a good one. There was a lot of memorable moments on this one. But before we jump into it, I want to touch up on something. What is going on with all these interviews before the LCQ? They interview AJ Catanzaro, and he gave his tips on whatnot, and then they interviewed the 7 Deuce Deuce of Adam Etignap, who was giving you the super scoops. He gave you the super scoops on every single area of the track. I guess he knew all the points and what to do, but he didn't put them into practice.
Yeah, just another not great night for the 7 deuce deuce, the 97 deuce deuce.
Yeah, and this one was pretty bad. Amazing how all the scoops he had, and he didn't do anything with it.
Well, one thing, I think they did it just because we saw a lot of interviews and a lot of just the whole broadcast is different for these Triple Crowns. They're just trying to kill time, it seems like. But AJ Catanzaro, when they talked to him and got his scoop, I thought his was the best because one, we know how he teaches the riding schools and stuff, so he's really good at like communicating like what to do. And Will's question to him was like, how do you pick the gate and stuff, and he like went through his whole process about how like he wants the good line and then he wants a good rut, and then if he can get by the doghouse he can, and then next thing you know he literally ripped the whole shot and checked out. It was just like good for him, he talked the talk and then walked the walk. So it's like it was kind of cool that he did that.
Yeah, somebody, the HEP team with the full squad on this one too, on the LCQ. Probably not a good thing for them. There's only 4 spots and you have 3 riders, Someone's not going to make it because you have all these other guys that are capable of doing it.
Speaking of that HEP team, Kyle Chisholm being the only one to make it through of this LCQ because Alex Ray had his issues. They cut to him. Picking his bike up, and then like you said, Entic Knapp was he finished 15th in this race. But Cole Martinez, he was running up there. He had kind of a big crash in practice, so he just didn't really look himself. But he was like in that qualifying spot, and then I think it was the last lap or two, Ryan Brees got by him, and he made a mistake and actually finished 5th in that race, just outside the top 4.
Yep.
So AJ Catanzaro, the whole shot, led all the laps, won the race. Carlin Gardner got 2nd. Kyle Chisholm salvaged 3rd. Ryan Brees got 4th. And as we said, Cole Martinez got 5th. But lucky for Cole Martinez, Cole Seeley did not race the night show, and he had the 6th fastest time. So Cole Martinez got in as like an alternate. So kind of some good luck for him, I guess. Still making it into the main somehow. But that's, if you saw Cole Martinez in 5th place, that's kind of just explains what happened there.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to point out is AJ Catanzaro did not throw a trick on the finish line when he won the LCQ.
Yeah.
So make sure we find him.
Yeah, if you win, no matter what it is, you throw a trick. That's it. It's simple. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so looking at this 450 number 1, we actually saw... Oh, yeah, main event number 1. We got Eli Tomac, Marvin Musquin, Ken Roxon, Cooper Webb, Justin Barcia, and getting the whole shot, Justin Brayton. He's the Triple Crown man. Just showing up. He had Baggett behind him. Chad Reed, legend Chad Reed is up there. Cooper Webb, Justin Barcia. It just started off so awesome with just like Justin Brayton and Reed up front. I was just so pumped.
Yeah, especially with Reed working on Baggett and actually making the pass. What a legend, dude.
Straight up past him. The crowd goes wild. My living room was going wild, too. It was awesome.
All the dogs and everyone.
Yeah, we saw Cooper Webb. He didn't hit that like triple right before the finish line, and Barcia did and passed him for 4th. So Cooper Webb started going the wrong way early in this race.
Yeah.
Ken Roxon, Tomac, and Musquin, they all had bad starts. They were running like, 7, 9, 10, like that area. They just were not even the top 5 or even close to the top 5.
Yeah, especially with you're the contender. That's not where you want to be. Eli Tomac starts making moves, bro. He just started making moves, and he looked like he was on a mission on this race. Like, something clicked on him at like 2 minutes into this race, and he just started taking names one by one.
He's back.
Yeah,
he's back.
What an amazing race. I told you he'll be back for this one. We'll get into it just in a second. We had Ken Roxon, who makes a pass on Cooper Webb, and Tomac, who wants a piece of that as well. Because, like I said, these guys, they both started making moves and just going through the field.
That whole group of guys were running so close, like the Roczen, Barsha, Tomac, Webb, Wilson, Musquin. They were all so close together. That was just some great racing between all them.
Yeah, the big names, quote unquote, they were all battling out right there. And meanwhile, we have Justin Brayton and Chad Reed just chilling up front.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And Justin Hill, the other Justin in this race, he had a pretty good start, but then he started going the wrong way too, started fading.
Yeah, everybody started passing Cooper Webb though, and I feel like he was definitely pressured by that red plate. He made a mistake. It was a little one while he was battling with Eli, and it allowed Eli to move up, to pass him and get to the front. Roczen,
exactly.
Ken Roczen with a pass on Justin Barsha for 4th place. And Eli also makes a move from Barsha, and he starts to just disappear. Just moving to the front. Yeah,
and after that, we saw him pass Baggett for 3rd.
Yep.
And then he made like a really fast pass on Reed after that split
An
rhythm
amazing
section.
pass. It was insane because Eli started hitting that quad. The one that
they kind of took out but didn't.
Yeah, the one that Dino and Forkner were hitting on practice or press day, and it was definitely helping him out. He was making so much time. Eli closed the gap on these two, talking about Reed and Baggett, and like you said, he passed Baggett. He passed Reed like nobody's business. He just made a fantastic pass on Reed, and sorry about that, legend, but it is what it is. Like he looked like the Eli that we've been expecting all year. With a minute to go, and only 2 seconds behind the leader, Justin Brayton.
Justin Brayton went over the finish line jump with 3 seconds left, so that means there's 2 more laps, and we're just like, too much time. But I don't think it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because he passed him in that split rhythm section after that quad, just where he was passing Reed. It was just like, he was just on fire in that whole section, just launching that jump, and then he just hammers that turn so hard.
Yeah, he was on fire this whole main event. It was a fantastic race by the number 3, and he will take a dominating win for this first main event. So we got Eli for first, coming from all the way from 9th place all the way to first. Justin Brayton in 2nd. Chad Reed, legend Chad Reed in 3rd place. Blake Baggett
third place.
Yeah, on 4th. Ken Roczen in 5th. Cooper Webb
Blake
in
Baggett
6th.
4th. I predicted that. Blake Baggett 4th.
This is not the overall, so don't jump into conclusions.
I know,
right
but
now.
I'm just saying, Blake Baggett got 4th again. It's worth pointing out because he's always in 4th.
Yeah, because you said it, and then you just want to be right. But anyways, Cooper Webb got 6th. Dean Wilson in 7th. Joey Savacci in 8th. Marvin Musquin in 9th. Justin Barsha in 10th. Zach Osborne, a way better weekend than last weekend, in 11th. Aaron Plessinger in 12th. Justin Hill in 13th. Bogle in 14th. Bowers in 15th. Chris Blows in 16th. Chisholm in 17th. Ryan Breeze in 18th. Carton Gardner in 19th. AJ Catanzaro in 20th. Ben LeMay 21st. And then Cole Martinez in 22nd spot for this first main event. Now that we mentioned Kyle Chisholm, it reminded me of, I think it was an Instagram post by Jason Wigan. And I guess like after, he's like getting ready to go to the press box or whatnot, and Alex Ray and Adam Etignab are sitting in his seats. And I guess that's what you do whenever you don't make the main events or the night show. So I thought it was kind of funny.
One thing that was kind of messed up is they didn't interview Justin Brayton. They went from Tomac to Reed. They didn't interview Justin Brayton for the broadcast. They're like, we just got 2nd place. That's not cool.
$1,000
Justin
fine
Brayton
for Felt Motorsports or for NBC.
Yeah. And then Chad Reed with his, made sure he thanked his censored sticker on his helmet. He was like really towing the boundary there with Feld. Like, hey, just go to my Instagram, CR22, if you want to know what this censored sticker is all about. It's like, all right. That's what's up. Legend.
But we knew.
The legend. Yeah, so 451 was great. We got 2 more main events to go, and it's already starting off to be a great night. It's already starting awesome.
Yeah, that's like me saying, like you saying that Blake Baggett got 4th. It's like me saying, Eli Tomac got 1st. So same thing. But yeah, in the second main event, we have Cooper Webb with a good hole shot with Eli, Savacci, Musquin, and Dino right there. Also memorable, Justin Brayton with a great start.
With not a great start.
Well, he had a good start.
He was running like 10th or something.
Roczen sitting in 8th, and definitely not where he wants to be if he wants to battle out this championship. He was battling with Justin Brayton and Justin Barsha, but he was able to get around Justin Brayton.
Yeah, Justin Brayton got passed by Barsha and Roczen, going the wrong way after winning that first race. But Eli Tomac, as we said, super fast in the whoops. He passed Savachi there for second, and then on the very next lap, he passed Cooper Webb in the whoops for first. And, that was pretty much it. He was just hauling. He was pretty much checked out after that. But Wilson gets passed by Chad Reed towards the beginning of this race, and then Ken Roczen and Barsha about halfway. So Wilson started strong, and then he really kind of went the wrong direction too. Didn't finish as strong as he started, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Savachi was in third place in that corner right after the split rhythm, and Marvin Musquin was running fourth, and Savachi kind of messed up that turn and over throttled it and cut right over into Musquin and took him out. That was one of the crazier moments. It was just some really bad luck for Marvin Musquin. He's not trying to be dirty. He's staying on the inside line and just he just runs right into him and he goes down.
Yeah. Savachi just kind of ran into his lane, and there was really nothing that Musquin could do. But that allowed Chad Reed to move up to fourth place. And Savachi's,
for a minute.
He stayed up and still made it work, even though he had that mistake on with Marvin Musquin. There's all type of battling happening in this main event from 8th to 12th place, and they're only separated by 2 seconds. Baggett, Plessinger, Osborne, Barsha, all those guys were battling out. And Musquin passes Reed, and he started close up on Savachi with 1 lap to go, but it wasn't successful for Marvin Musquin to take the third place over Savachi. Eli Tomac takes another dominating main event win, looking for the perfect night. The Kawasaki is looking good, as we mentioned in our last podcast, how Austin Faulkner was able to go with the three-peat, the sweep. And Eli Tomac was on his way for it on this one as well with the win. Cooper Webb got second. Joey Savachi got third. Marvin Musquin, as we mentioned, not being able to make the pass in fourth. Chad Reed with another great main event in fifth.
The legend.
Yeah, the legend. Former Red Plate Roczen in sixth. Justin Barsha in seventh. Zach Osborne in eighth. Dean Wilson in ninth. Aaron Plessinger in 10th. Blake Baggett in 11th. Running into a little bit of problems. Justin Brayton, 12th place. Tyler Bowers in 13th, Justin Hill in 14th, Chris Blows in 15th, Ben LeMay 16th, Carlin Garton 17th, AJ Catanzaro in 18th, Justin Bogle in 19th, Ryan Brees in 20th, Kyle Chisholm in 21st, and then Cole Martinez with the 22nd spot.
That's right. So it started to look really good for Eli Tomac. It's looking really good for legend Chad Reed, straight up beating big names, like Roczen and
Baggett.
Barsha and Wilson, and just Chad Reed was just on fire.
He had a great night. They probably used that one bike that they used in that third main event, last Triple Crown. Wank, wank. So,
Yeah, he didn't have any bike problems this week, so that's good for him.
They did have two
to
bikes,
sit out
though.
any races. Oh, did they have 2 bikes this week?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah,
they better.
Yeah, they did have 2 bikes this week. I'm sure I don't know if they had them last Triple Crown, but they definitely showed them this time that they had 2 bikes. But let's jump into this last 450 main event. So far, we have Eli Tomac with both wins and dominating. But it was going to be Blake Baggett with a great hole shot with Joey Savachi, Dean Wilson, Cooper Webb, Justin Barsha, and the rest of the pack pretty much right there. It was a head-to-head race on the split lane by a lot of the guys, and it looks awesome. It looks so cool whenever you have all these people going through all the different rhythms. Cooper Webb, who makes a crucial pass on Dean Wilson, and that was really good for him because it put him in a good position. Justin Barsha, who's also in the hunt for Blake Baggett, and Justin Barsha looking good in this third main event. Meanwhile, while Tomac is sitting in 12th place, he makes a mistake and goes a little bit too wide and almost hitting, or I think he did hit the top block after getting together with Justin Brayton.
Yeah, he went off the track there, fell to 14th place. And so that's where it was crazy because Tomac, he won the first race, won the second race, and now he's in 14th place, and he's got to catch up, obviously a lot if he wants to win this overall, because Cooper Webb had a decent start, and he's running up there. But this was like my favorite pass. We had Barcia and Baggett battling for the lead, and Barcia totally slams Baggett right before the whoops, and Baggett has to go it knocked him off the track. He had to go all the way to the end of the section. He can't gain an advantage or anything, and that allows Cooper Webb to make the pass on him. And I was just like, yeah, there's Bam Bam right there. That's how he gets the name. He just slamming Baggett. Bam Bam on Baggett.
Ironically, somebody got DQ'd because of the same situation last weekend or a couple of weekends ago, but we're not going to get into that right now. It's kind of messed up that you got someone disqualified for doing that to you, and then you go ahead and do it to somebody else the weekend after. That's not cool. Even though it was racing.
It's not racing. His fault at all.
No,
it's not Barcia's fault. It's the AMA's fault.
Yeah, no, exactly. But it's racing, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what racing is right there. Those passes like that. That's what Supercross is all about. So
because Roxon took out Wilson this race too.
That's right. We're getting into that in a second. So yeah, Barcia jumps into the front. Webb goes right behind him, and these two start battling out for a while. They battle out a good exchanging of the lead, and Cooper Webb starts making that quad, and it gives him a little bit of advantage over Barcia. As of right now, at this point of the race, Cooper Webb and Tomac are tied for first place, but obviously Cooper Webb would get the overall because of the better position of this third main event. So Eli Tomac is in the position to start making some moves and start making some passes because it's going to count. I'm sure that's what his mechanic kept telling him on that pit board.
Yeah, and Webb was able to make the pass on Barcia. He put a nice little block pass on him right before the whoops to really kind of screw up his momentum going in there so he could run away with it. And yeah, then after that, that's when Roxon took out Wilson, or I'm not sure if he really took him out or if just Wilson cut down a little too early. But he kind of fell hard, right on his face. He's probably a little sore, his wrists at least, the way he had to catch himself. But yeah, there was a lot of attention on Tomac coming through the pack. Is he going to win this overall? Is he not going to win this overall? But yeah, as we said, Tomac, he's just on a whole different level. Him and Faulkner are both freaks, and they were just riding like it. And he's just passing everybody. And on the final lap, Baggett started closing in on Cooper Webb actually, and they had another close finish after Cooper Webb had that really close finish over Roxon last week. Baggett looked like he was going to have his little moment, but Cooper Webb able to hold him off right there, and Tomac able to really come through the pack and work his way all the way up to 6th place, which was enough to beat Cooper Webb by 1 point.
Yeah, he did exactly what he needed to do. A very impressive ride by the number 4 of Blake Baggett in this third main event. Maybe if he would have had one more lap, I think he would have gotten Webb because he was looking fast. He was looking like the Blake Baggett that we saw in Glendale, which was fast, dominating, aggressive. But yeah, Cooper Webb wins this main event with a very close Blake Baggett. Justin Barcia got 3rd. Marvin Musquin got 4th. Ken Roxon got 5th. Eli Tomac got 6th. Chad Reed got 7th. Aaron Plessinger got 8th. Justin Brayton got 9th. Zach Osborne in 10th. Joey Savachi in 11th. Justin Hill in 12th. Dean Wilson in 13th after his mistake. He was looking good too. I had him for my picks and for 5th place, but that little bump just kind of messed it up for me. Tyler Bowers got 14th. Chris Blows in 15th. 16th place goes to Ben LeMay. Justin Bogle in 17th place. Kyle Chisholm in 18th. Ryan Breeze in 19th. AJ Catanzaro in 20th. Carlton Gardner in 21st. And then 22nd for Cole Martinez.
Blake Baggett had the fastest time out of everyone in this whole moto. He had a 47.5 was his fastest time, and Tomac was the second fastest with a 47.8. So Baggett, he's really starting to look good again. So definitely someone to watch going into this next week.
I don't even know if looking good again is the right word for this. He's had it every single time. It's just a matter of
when he got hurt,
luck.
he kind of faded.
Yeah, just bad luck. He's just had very bad luck and not being able to capitalize on a couple of podiums. But for the overall results of this race, we're going to have Eli Tomac taking the win with a 1-1 and a 6. Cooper Webb got second with a 6-2 and a 1. And then Legend Chad Reed getting on the podium for the 132nd time in history. So congratulations to Legend Chad Reed for making it happen this year again. You're looking great, mate, and I cannot wait to see what else you got going on for the rest of the season.
It was so funny because, as you said, he's been on the podium so many times, and I saw the video on his Instagram after the race where he's spraying the champagne, and he was just spraying it in his mechanic's mouth from like 20 feet away. I was just like, yeah, he's been there so many times. He's got practice. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to spray the champagne.
Oh, yeah.
His aim was so perfect. Literally going right into his mechanic's mouth.
He was so just funny. Like chilling on the bike. Yeah. He was just like chilling on the bike with his mouth open. And he was like, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
so
how you know.
finish on the podium. Yeah, you got to finish on the podium like 125 times to get that accuracy. So he's well past that.
Definitely. But looking at the points, we have Cooper Webb, who keeps the wreck plate after this race with 173 points. Ken Roczen with 167 points. Marvin Musquin with 161 points. Eli Tomac with 160 points. So Tomac able to get 3 points on Cooper, but still 13 points behind him. And Ken Roczen, who sits 6 points behind Cooper Webb. It's still anyone's race. We're literally going into halfway to the season for this 450, guys. And we still got really, really good racing to do. Coming up next weekend, we have Atlanta. I cannot wait. We're going to be there. Woohoo!
That's right. So make sure you tune in to our next episode where we get into some of this Atlanta stuff. It's going to be an East-West showdown, so obviously it's going to be crazy. And thanks again for tuning in. Check out our Instagram at MXSX Podcast.